Hello, my name is Nasful Huda, and this is my managerial statistics term project. The country that I did is Sweden, and the country code for Sweden is SWE. So this is like figure 1, which is a time series of real GDP growth rate in the Gini index of Sweden. The years of this time series are from 1962 to 2022. The Gini index displays a clear upward trend from the late 1980s, indicating a rise in income inequality until 2000. After 2000, the Gini index fluctuated over 20 years, but an upward trajectory is still evident. On the other hand, Sweden's real per capita GDP growth rate has shown considerable volatility of the past 6 decades, experiencing significant declines during the late 1980s, late 2000s, early 2010s, and 2000. The Swedish financial crisis 1990 to 1994, the 2008 financial crisis, the European debt crisis 2010 to 2012, and the COVID-19 pandemic are the causes of the economic downturns. However, the growth rate rebounded significantly after each of these downturns. The figure illustrates that increase in the real GDP growth rate has not reduced income inequality in Sweden. So this is like table 1, which displays the summary statistics of both variables of the GDP growth and the Gini index. So you get the figure 2, which displays a scatter plot of the observed data along a fitted regression line. The red line slopes slightly downwards, indicating a weak negative relationship between GDP growth and the Gini index. This suggests that an increase in income inequality in Sweden is associated with a slight decrease in GDP growth, though the change is not statistically significant. The blue dots are scattered throughout the graph, revealing high variability in GDP growth across different Gini levels. Some years with high inequality also experience high GDP growth, while other years had low inequality had negative GDP growth. The variability demonstrates that the Gini index is not a strong predictor of GDP growth. We get to table 2, which presents the results of the OLOS regression, which shows an estimated slope coefficient of negative 0.0879. This implies that on average, a 1-point increase in the Gini index corresponds to a 0.088 percentage point decline in the real GDP per capita growth rate, assuming other factors remain constant. The negative sign aligns with the hypothesized inverse relationship between income inequality and economic growth. However, the associated t-value of negative 0.356 indicates that this estimate is not statistically significant at conventional levels, meaning we cannot reject the null hypothesis that the effect of income inequality on growth is 0. Additionally, the r-squared value of 0.005 indicates that only 0.5% of the variation in GDP growth can be explained by the Gini index, suggesting that most of the variation is likely driven by other factors not included in this simple model. And that's my presentation. Goodbye.